Jonesboro, Tennessee. Jonesboro, historically also Jonesboro, is a town in and the county seat of Washington County, Tennessee, in the southeastern United States. Its population was 5,791 as of 2021. It is Tennessee's oldest town. Jonesboro is part of the Johnson City Metropolitan Statistical Area, which is a component of the Johnson City Kingsport Bristol TN and VA combined statistical area, commonly known as the Tri-Cities region. History. Jonesboro was founded in 1779, 17 years before Tennessee became a state, and while the area was under the jurisdiction of North Carolina. It was named after North Carolina legislator Willie Jones, who had supported the state's westward expansion across the Appalachian Mountains. The town was renamed Jonesboro for a period of time, but it has been changed back to the original spelling. Jonesboro was originally a part of the Washington District. In 1784, it became the capital of the autonomous state of Franklin, ostensibly named after American founding father Benjamin Franklin. Congress, however, never recognized Franklin, which was reclaimed by North Carolina in late 1788. Jonesboro is often considered to be the center of the abolitionist movement within the states that would join the Confederacy during the American Civil War. Elihu Embry printed his publication, The Emancipator, from Jonesboro. Publication began in 1820, making The Emancipator the first American periodical to be dedicated exclusively to the issue of the abolition of slavery. While Tennessee later joined the Confederacy, most East Tennesseans had Unionist leanings. They were generally subsistence farmers and held relatively few slaves compared to landowners in Middle Tennessee or the plantation areas of the Delta near the Mississippi River. In the 1840s, Jonesboro became the second hometown to the Jonesboro Whig, a newspaper published by William J. Parson Brownlow after Brownlow relocated the paper from Elizabethton. Brownlow and rival editor/Methodist circuit writer Landon Carter Haynes brawled in the streets of Jonesboro in May 1840. Over the next several years, the two newspapermen bashed one another in their respective papers, each managing at times to thwart the other's political ambitions. Haynes left the newspaper business in 1845, and Brownlow, who later was elected as governor, moved the Whig to Knoxville in 1849. Modern tourism. Today, Jonesboro attracts heritage tourism because of its historical status as Tennessee's oldest town and its significant historic preservation efforts that have preserved a rich architectural fabric. The town's museum describes the local heritage of tobacco farming. The historic Chester Inn, built in 1797, still stands in downtown Jonesboro. The Jonesboro Historic District was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1969. The oldest surviving building, the Christopher Taylor House, built in 1777, about a mile outside of the original town limits, was relocated to a lot within the historic district. Jonesboro is the home to the International Storytelling Center, which holds the annual National Storytelling Festival on the first full weekend in October. The festival builds on the Appalachian cultural tradition of storytelling and has been drawing people from around the world for more than 35 years. Large tents are pitched in parks around town, and storytellers sit on stages or at the head of the main tent to perform. Occasionally, performances are interrupted for a moment by passing Norfolk Southern Railway trains. Past storytellers included Carmen Aguadidi, Sid Lieberman, and Catherine Tucker Windham. The festival inspired the development of a successful storytelling graduate degree program at the nearby East Tennessee State University. Geography. Jonesboro is situated in an area where the watershed of the Watauga River meets the watershed of the Nolichucky River. The Watauga passes about 10 miles 16 km to the northeast of Jonesboro, and the Nolichucky passes roughly 10 miles 16 km to the southwest. The town's principal stream, Little Limestone Creek, is part of the Nolichucky watershed. Jonesboro is surrounded by low hills and elongated ridges that are characteristic of the Appalachian Ridge and Valley province. The main crest of the Appalachians rises just a few miles southeast of Jonesboro. Jonesboro is centered on the junction of Andrew Johnson Highway, which is part of both U.S. Route 321 and U.S. Route 11E, which connects the town to Greeneville to the southwest and Johnson City to the northeast, and State Route 81, which connects Jonesboro to Interstate 81 to the northwest and Interstate 26 at Irwin to the southeast. According to the United States Census Bureau, the town has a total area of 4.3 sq mi 11 km2, all of it land. Demographics. As of the census of 2000, 4,168 people, 1,660 households, and 1,107 families were residing in the town. The population density was 963.2 people sq mi 371.7 km2. The 1771 housing units averaged 409.3 sq mi 157.9 km2. The racial makeup of the town was 93.43% white, 5.54% African American, 0.10% Native American, 0.17% Asian, 0.19% from other races, and 0.58% from two or more races. Hispanics or Latinos of any race were 0.82% of the population. Of the 1,660 households, 27.1% had children under 18 living with them, 52.3% were married couples living together, 11.3% had a female householder with no husband present, and 33.3% were not families. About 30.1% of all households were made up of individuals, and 13.3% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.26, and the average family size was 2.80. In the town, the age distribution was 19.5% under 18, 8.7% from 18 to 24, 29.9% from 25 to 44, 25.6% from 45 to 64, and 16.4% who were 65 or older. The median age was 39 years. For every 100 females, there were 101.5 males. For every 100 females aged 18 and over, there were 98.6 males. The median income for a household in the town was $32,132, and for a family was $44,167. Males had a median income of $28,906 versus $26,192 for females. The per capita income for the town was $18,768. About 11.0% of families and 16.0% of the population were below the poverty line, including 25.7% of those under age 18 and 22.5% of those aged 65 or over. Education. Jonesboro Public Schools are part of Washington County School District, which has 9 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 3 high schools. Schools located in Jonesboro include Jonesboro Elementary School, David Crockett High School, Jonesboro Middle School. Recreation. The southern Appalachian Mountains are home to numerous outdoor activities such as hiking/backpacking, cycling road and mountain, hunting, fishing, streams, rivers, and lakes, whitewater rafting/kayaking, golf, disc golf, ATV/motocross, rock climbing, zip lining/canopy tours, and caving. The Jonesboro Repertory Theater produces community theater and hosts educational workshops for aspiring actors. The current artistic director is Jennifer Schmidt. Local legend. A local legend holds that the ghost of Andrew Jackson occasionally appears in the vicinity of a historic cabin in a town park. In 1788, Future U.S. President Jackson spent several months in Jonesboro awaiting a caravan. During this time, he lodged in a cabin belonging to Major Christopher Taylor, which was located about a mile outside of town. In 1974, this cabin was removed from its original spot and reconstructed in the town's park. The ghost supposedly walks up to the front door and disappears into the building. The ghost has also been reportedly seen walking down the street in the direction of the old courthouse. Clubs and organizations. Sons of Confederate Veterans General Alfred E. Jackson, Camp #2159. Notable people: Walter P. Brownlow, U.S. Congressman. Moses H. Cone, born in Jonesboro, prominent businessman and philanthropist in Greensboro, North Carolina. James W. Dederick, Chief Justice of the Tennessee Supreme Court, 1876–1886. Alfred Eugene Jackson, farmer and merchant, and a founder of the East Tennessee and Virginia Railroad. Jackson served in the Confederate Army during the Civil War and was the only general on either side from Washington County. During the nearby battle at Limestone, Tennessee, his troops captured approximately 300 soldiers from the 100th Ohio Infantry U.S., along with their Enfield rifles and ammunition. The local chapter of the Sons of Confederate Veterans is named after General Jackson. Thomas H. McCrae, Confederate Army officer, was born here. Thomas Amos Rogers Nelson, Congressman and Southern Unionist. G.C. Spencer, former NASCAR driver. David Curtis Stephenson, Ku Klux Klan Grand Dragon of the Indiana Clan, convicted in Noblesville, Indiana of the 1925 second-degree murder and rape of Madge Oberholzer, died 28 June 1966, age 74, in Jonesboro. Gallery